Now in this video we are going to be talking about types of certificates. There are many different forms of certificates and they are used for different functions. So we have this wildcard type certificate. When certificates are created, they are given a common name specifically for a website. So let's say www.google.com. These certificates are typically named to match the site's URL and can only be used for that site. Wildcard certificates can be used on multiple URLs as long as they are within the same domain. So I could have something like anything that ends with google.com. I can create a certificate for it and have secure communications. So anything that ends in .google.com, my certificate will have a little wildcard in front of that .google.com, and that's what makes a wildcard for this type of certificate. Then we have SAN certificates, or subject alternate name certificates. Allows you to specify additional host names, such as the site name, IP address, common names, which allows to be utilized with multiple types of services. We have code signing certificates. This type of certificate allows you to digitally sign application code. This indicates where the code came from and helps protect the code's identity. So when I sign my application, or when I sign my application's code, because I signed it with a certificate, no one can alter it. So that helps with the integrity. Then we have self-signed certificates. These certificates are used by root CAs. They create and sign their own initial certificate, and then all other systems obtain a certificate from the root CA or one of its subordinate CAs. Then we have the root certificate. This certificate is just another name for the self-signed root CA that is originally used to digitally sign all others. But when you have root CAs or root certificates, that is usually the top of the chain for all subordinate CAs. Then we have email. This certificate is the encrypting email using the S-MIME protocol. So in Outlook, if you have digital certificates on your network and you want to send a digitally signed email, or if you want to actually encrypt your email, then you will be using this type of certificate, an email certificate. Then we have user certificates. These certificates are utilized by a computer operator to encrypt data on a machine. There's also machine certificates, also known as device certificates. Type of certificate is created for systems on your network that require the ability to encrypt when communicating with other devices on the network. Domain validation. Certificates are used for SSL or TLS validation for a certificate against its registered domain. And then we have the extended validation. This certificate builds off of the domain validation certificate. It validates a requester's domain and it checks organizational information that is sent in the request and validates that it comes from a legitimate unit. So this wraps up types of certificates.